bleach blones. Bleach bones. Excuse me. Anyway, let's get some action here from the crowd, guys. Come on, give a cheer for these guys.
Uh-oh. All right, so anyway, Sling just popped on my screen, and hopefully it means everything's still okay. We'll see. So anyway, the gate's about to open here. It's going to be Thugonomics once again. Danny Carey, Novos going up against Bluckstack, Swapsy, and Botar. And here we go. It is game number 1. Bluckstack going for that gateway. Is he going to be able to get it off? It looks like he will. No problem. They had his teammates kind of just guarding him there. He's going to be playing that sacrifice spec. Hasn't sacrificed his pet just yet, but he's going to use the spell lock. Now the sacrifice comes out. Thugonomics going to be cloned off immediately. Looks like they want to pressure Danny Carey here a bit. They have the dots up on him. Novo's going to be fully dotted up as well. The disarm coming out there on a Bluckstack. And we do have Demon Soul up for him. So Novos actually taking a lot of damage. Wow, look at the pressure on Novos. Already dipping down about to half HP, but big heals coming out from Danny Carey. Going to be able to top him back off just as fast. Yeah, and he didn't even have to pop any cooldowns there. So that was, it was some decent pressure there at the start, but it looks like he's going to be fine, no problem whatsoever. Here's all the cooldowns, though, coming out of Thugonomics. He's going to be going hard on a Bluckstack. We see that offensive ring, so he could not port, but he does gate out of there very intelligently. He's going to have to use the Dark Region, the Hellstone as well, which is, fine. Kind of have to counter those cooldowns with cooldowns. We did see Iron Bar going up there as well. The NS clone coming out onto Thugonomics, going to be able to shut down the remainder of that damage. So a nice job by Botar. They traded some cooldowns, but honestly, they were pretty stable there. So far, looking strong here for this LSD. We are going to see Thugonomics using both his Spell Reflex in a row there, trying to get back onto Bluckstack here, but Bluckstack going to be able to throw that Shadow Fury into the clone. It is a DR clone, unfortunately, but he's going to get feared off that. He wasted the Zerker Rage earlier, it looks like. He's going to actually be stuck in that, so I'm not sure if he was used on a Howl or what, but Novos, once again, is the one taking the pressure here. Novos going to have to be pulling back a little bit. Danny Carey out, going to be able to land those heals on him, going to be able to top him back off. Root's going to be able to land there onto Thugonomics. He will get put into the Howl Terror as well. He has to get out of that. An offensive ring of peace, once again, that seems to be the strategy, just trying to deny that port, deny the blinks as they did last game. So definitely a strong strategy. You see Danny Carey, though, really the one behind on mana, as they were not against Swapsy. Yeah, Danny Carey, he did do a great job in the previous match, just being at low mana but not ever actually running out. So I don't know that that's a huge issue for him, but it is definitely something to keep in mind as we continue on through here. Yeah, I just don't think they're going to win on mana like they did against Shocky. Look at Botar. He's barely spending anything. He's going offensive. He popped Heart of the Wild. You see those Moonfires coming out. He's looking for them Wraths. He's trying to spread damage around. And a crit Heart of the Wild Wrath is huge damage. So are they going to be able to dip down Thugonomics? He is getting spam orb there by Danny Carey. You can see all those Mastery Orbs coming out as well. We do have that Fear. Intimidating Shout comes out. There's the Tremor. The offensive ring coming down just a split second too late to deny that Tremor Totem. But we do have the in-cap from behind, it looks like, from Danny Carey, who is going to be able to land that Dispel, but it is going to catch a UA for him as well. But there's the Hex now onto Novos. No decurse for him. More Wraths being spammed out here onto Thugonomics. I like this big damage coming out on Thugonomics. The Shadow Fury does land on Danny Carey and Thugonomics. A Life Cocoon forced out there. Danny Carey down to about 100k. Thugonomics is going to get top back off into the Howl Terror. Will Zerker Rage that one, but Novos going to have to sit through that for a little bit. Yeah, I definitely, watching Danny Carey's mana now at this point, and the amount of healing he's having to put out is definitely something that I may end up eating my words from a moment ago. Look at the swap onto Botar. The Shockwave comes in. He's going to pour it out of there with the Symbiosis. He's going to pop his Shroom as well, get himself top back off. He wants to focus on Bluckstack. I like the choice. Soul Fourth regrowth there. Danny Carey, though, going for the drink. I like this. They need to stop it. We see that Swapsy trying to get in there, but he's going to get knocked back by Novos, allowing him to get about 30, 40,000 extra mana there. So a big play by Novos. He's kind of just guarding that drink for Danny Carey, who was realizing, mana really is an issue this time around. Last time he was maintaining at low mana, but he never even tried to go for a drink. This time, he's really needing to early, and now Novos going to have to trinket that Hex. We see the offensive ring of peace once again coming out there. This time, Danny Carey going to pop his Aura Mastery, going for that Mana Tea, trying to get some heals out, but Thugonomics going to get cloned. He's going to trinket that, actually. Will that be a mistake? Not popping his cooldowns with that trinket. He may be able to get full CC next time he pops them. Yeah, definitely a very interesting choice to go ahead and use that trinket in that case. It didn't even look like he was particularly pushing for a kill or anything. There was no risk of anybody dying, so I'm not really sure that was a great choice, but we'll see how it ends up working out for him. He's still doing lots of damage now, swapping over onto Bluckstack yet again. Does get Shadow Furied, and he's going to get away for just a second, but back once again. Thugonomics has been all over his targets all game. Yeah, there's the meld coming out from Botar. He just has had enough of his one. He doesn't want to on them anymore, so he's going to go for that meld. I thought he might go for the drink, but here's the swap once again back onto Botar. It looks like this is going to be the strategy, but Botar, he's all over it. He's back behind the pillar, LOSing Novos. Novos can't connect, and they're not going to be able to get a kill solo like that on Botar. He's too good. You see him displace her away. He's just sprinting back over to the other pillar. Here's the Shockwave now coming in. The offensive ring of peace. He's kind of caught in a bad spot. Has to trinket and port out of there. Good kiting from him. He's going to have to pop Ursox as well here, though. We see Thugonomics Thugonomics popping all cooldowns here. Can they get the CC that we talked about on him with this? Instead, it looks like they just want to put damage into him. The bash comes out, though. This is what we talked about. He may get cloned off this as well. There's the mass entanglement coming out on Thugonomics. He's going to be able to intervene out, but able to get away there is Botar. And, you know, Thugonomics just did not have that trinket. He's back in a battle stance now, though, and he does have full rage, so he's going to be spamming out those slams, trying to get the most possible damage out here that he can.
Yeah, it looks like a Blood Horror is going to send him away there for just a second. And yeah, he could have gotten a lot more damage in there if he'd still had his trinket up, but unfortunately did not. Now still just coming after Bluckstack nonstop. He really wants Bluckstack's face. He wants it all over, smeared all over his axe at this point. That's what he's after.
Yeah, definitely, man. So Swapsy's gonna have to pop the Shaman Rage there. They're gonna swap off it. We do see that the Bluckstack taking some damage. Novos, you know, his trinket almost back up. Danny Carey still has trinket will. He's not really having to use any of that. Swapsy gonna pop his Shaman Rage, maybe just for a mana there. Not quite sure, but the Trank does come out from Botar. Gonna be able to top everyone back off. And you know, so far it's seeming like PvP Live is hanging around pretty well. And you know, as we start to move up towards that timer, we are gonna see that dampening is now active. So. It's going to get harder and harder for them with that MS, but you know, maybe Bluckstack, Swapsy, and Botar are going to be able to put out enough spread pressure to really prove me wrong here.
Yeah, dampening is now active, so that's going to start to be a factor here very, very soon. Danny Carey is still hovering at around 10k mana. Actually, wow, dipping down pretty low there for just a second. Does get a little bit of mana T off, but it's not going to be enough to push him back up that 100k. And he's having to heal like crazy just to keep Thugonomics alive right now.
Yeah, it definitely is. And Bluckstack with that trinket proc, going to be trying to spread out those dots. But look at Thugonomics, did dip down kind of low. He does have Bladestorm, Bloodbath, or perhaps it was just Bloodbath trinket, I guess, up actually. So obviously going to knock him away. Danny Carey catching UA Dispel, dipping down a little bit. But he's just going to spam those healing orbs out onto himself. He's going to be able to top himself back off, no problem. So obviously with that Lava Surge proc, going to shoot out the instant Lava Burst. And Danny Carey once again going for drinks, and they need to watch this, man. They cannot let him get away with this because you know, it looks like they're trying to win on mana kind of thing. You know, they're having this spread pressure, but if you let him ever get these drinks off, it's never going to happen. And now the Aura Mastery is up there for Danny Carey. Thugonomics going to have to pop that Zerga Rage once again. We do see him into the Shadow Fury from Bluckstack, and I'm going to follow this Warlock, see what he's making happen so far. He's going to be actually dotting up that Zwen, maybe going to try to kill it off, but it has a lot of HP, so not sure if he's going to be able to accomplish that. And now it looks like Swapsy is the main target.
Yeah, they're definitely doing a whole lot of damage to him at the moment. Nothing too major just yet, but this is the sort of thing that can turn around in a hurry with that Elemental Shaman, as we've seen so many times in so many recent matches. All of a sudden, people can just start dipping really, really low. Looks like they've actually switched back onto Bluckstack now at this point. And then back and forth again. They're spreading their damage a little bit, which I kind of like a little bit. I kind of like the idea of, you know, let's just make sure that we keep Botar on his toes. Don't let him ever get too comfortable.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And as you can see in this cooldown tab, Thugonomics almost has his cooldowns remaining. He does use his trinket once again, just seconds before Wreck and Avatar and Skullbender, and everything's coming back up. So once again, could get CC'd on that. He's going to be Blood Horde now, but his cooldowns are up in 5 seconds. And you know, if he gets full clone on that, you know, as a result, that's definitely going to be a shame. You know, you maybe want to sync that back up because, as you said, there's not really any chance of a kill right here. Ironbark going to be used there on Bluckstack. Bluckstack though hotted up. Swapsy taking a little bit of damage, has a double flame shock on himself from that spell reflect, but Botar going to dispel that. MCS coming out there on Danny Carey, who still has trinket, he still has will. Really has not been able to get much CC on him at all. And Bluckstack's just going for the pressure game, honestly. He's not really looking for the crowd control. Dive of the Sword's going to come up there, though, from Thugonomics.
Yeah, and looking at Danny Carey's positioning, yeah, once again, he's going to use Transcendence, get behind this pillar over here, and start drinking. Didn't get too much out of that one, but it is just something that he's constantly been doing, being careful with his positioning. Novo's actually taken a big hit there for a second, but looks like he will be fine. And yeah, just sustaining as long as possible. Both teams just staying alive like crazy.
Yeah, and I mean, dampening, stacking up, man, it's going to be getting harder and harder, but Botar going to pop the Heart of the Wild. He used it early on, and now he's going to have that second one. All cooldowns out from Thugonomics, though, here. I do have the offensive ring of peace. Are they going to be able to CC on him on it? He does not have the trinket available, so NS Clone could be strong. Yep, there's the NS Clone, and now he's going to pay the price for wasting that trinket earlier as the Wreck does expire. So does the Skull Banner. Swapsy, pretty much dead right now. Botar trying to spread out some of this damage. You can see Danny Carey starting to really, really hurt on mana, and using that early heart is really paying off. Look at this spam Wrath coming out. They're trying to keep him on the back foot. Deny that pressure. Look at Thugonomics starting to dip down. Shield Wall has to come out. Bluckstack, though, also in some trouble here. He's going to pour it out of there. He pops Dark Regen. He pops the Hellstone as well. Danny Carey going for the drink. This is huge. They need to stop it, but Danny Carey is getting so much mana right now. He just drank 150,000 mana there. That was huge for his team, and you know, that could cost Bleach Bones here the game.
Yeah, definitely. That's the sort of thing that you cannot let happen in this position when you're trying to put out damage and just slowly win by sustain. You can't let the healer drink. You just can't. That's not how you win.
I mean, dampening plus MS, just you can see them starting to struggle through this. Botar was sat at full mana basically the whole game. Now he's at half, and he's struggling to pick Blizzcon back up. It's just MS plus dampening, man. It's an incredibly strong combo there. You know, and we're seeing just how good it is in this match. You know, how much longer do you really think they can hold on? Do you think that they have the spread pressure really to Danny Carey before Botar falls too far behind on Blizzcon?
Well, I mean, if they keep letting him drink, they'll never let him go out of mana. So they need to start stopping. They need to start stopping him from drinking again. We are about to cross the 10-minute mark, which means that dampening will already be at 30%, which actually means it's more effective than Mortal Strike at this point. Yeah,
which is pretty crazy, man. And Swapsy, you know, he's sitting around taking a little bit of damage. There's the shockwave coming out on Blizzcon. He's going to trinket that, and he knows he needs to start kiting well. You know, he can't just tank damage anymore because Botar, look at his mana, it's just steadily going down. Danny Carey's is as well, but there's the cooldowns coming up once again from Thugonomics, just the 1-minute ones. We do have Trinket, we do have Bloodbath up there as well, just trying to get some pressure out. Interesting that he's playing Bloodbath without Bladestorm, though. That's kind of an unusual choice, but Danny Carey once again down to 40k mana. Botar hanging around at about 90k right now. Blockstack does have his Demon Soul up, so this could be a bit of a scary time here for Thugonomics. Is, you know, he does not have Shield Wall. I don't think he has parry either, so the damage is going to be coming out pretty heavily onto him. Danny Carey getting low on mana. We're going to watch him see if he does go for that drink here pretty soon, because he's at 2k mana, man. He is tapped. But Botar into the Shockwave. Blockstack in some trouble here. They're going to look for the follow-up CC. Here comes Danny Carey, but there's a Flame Shock on him, so he's not actually going to be able to get parried unless he does have that glyph. I'm not sure if he is playing with that. And Novos has to pop his Charm Rage. He's pulling back. Botar with the Innervate. And Bleach Bones needs to get aggressive here, man. They don't need to pull back. Look at Danny Carey's mana. He's going to get 40k back from the T, but I feel like they need to capitalize here. Die by the Sword is going to be popped by Thugonomics, but he's stuck in a root during that. And once again, Danny Carey going for the drink, and they're just, you know,
they're just not stopping him. They're just not interrupting it. Yeah. Yeah, this is the sort of, like, they've had him so low on mana so many times. All they got to do is him basically, and they've got the match. There he is down now at 2k mana, but he gets the drink off again. He gets the Manatee off, and he's just able to keep these guys alive for way longer than he reasonably should be able to. I
mean, I understand why it's so hard to push in against this, you know, against that warrior, against that Ellie. You don't want to be in a bad spot, but at the same time, you have to choose your time. You have to pick it and go for it, because otherwise, this is what's going to happen. He's going for the drink once again here. Not even sure how he got a combat there, as he was just spamming orbs, but I guess he was just placing them, not putting them on a player, which is pretty smart. So once again, Danny Carey, 150,000, going to get 200k mana now. He's going to full mana, man. 220k mana there. The Howl comes out on Thugonomics, and Botar, slowly but surely, he's going down and down and down. He doesn't have Innervate for another minute. He's down to 50k, and he has not had a chance to get these drinks. You see he's having to use more and more Regos. He's having to use the NS now. Full Hots and Regos, not enough. Now he has to use the Shroom. Full cooldowns coming out here from Thugonomics. He does have, you know, Wreck up. He does have his Trinkets up as well. He's doing a lot of damage to Swapsy, but Charm Rage has been popped. The Bash did come in there on Thugonomics. He's just going to swap it back over onto Bloodstack, and Danny Carey, you know, sitting pretty on that mana. Full Howl going to be coming out here on Thugonomics, so late Zerker Rages did come off cooldown there. Bloodstack doing a good job with that, but Demon Soul back up here, and they're going to have to get something done. Tranquility coming out, but look at Swapsy. He's just going down and down through it. Dampening is getting absolutely massive at this point. With Dampening and MS, the healing reduction is, you know, almost at 60-70%.
Yeah, we're just passing the 12-minute, 30-second mark, which means Dampening alone is getting above 45%. There is next to no healing going out on anybody with Mortal Strike active at this point, so they need to be very, very careful with any damage that they're taking, and someone needs to get a kill at this point.
Well, once again, Danny Carey sits down, drinks another 100,000 mana, and Botar here on the other time. He doesn't have a chance to sit down, man. The warrior damage is not going to stop. I don't think he has a chance. There's the NS clone coming out. Danny Carey doesn't have a trinket here. Could this be trouble for Novos? Novos in the bash. The wall comes out from Thugonomics. Blockstack having to use those healing cooldowns just to try to help out Botar, try to give him a little bit of hand with that healing. The shield wall will expire here, but Danny Carey is ooming pretty quick once again. Botar sitting on no mana. He needs to meld and go for a drink or something, but his teammates are just not ever having really a chance to get away. And look at Blockstack. He's just getting grinded down here. We're almost at that timeout, though, and I'm not sure who's winning on damage, man. So that will be interesting if it does come down to that. We haven't had a timeout just yet, but we are getting, you know, a minute or two away from that timeout. So can they actually make it to it? We'll find out. Bloodstack trying to survive here, but look at Botar. He just has nothing left. There's the Incap. This could be it for Bloodstack. Bloodstack down about 100k HP. He does a sprint port, gets away. A beautiful choice there. I think that's the only thing that could have kept him alive, but will it be enough? 90k. Look at these Hots. They just don't do anything anymore. There's the leap. Here's the Shockwave. This could be it. A nice knockback from Swapsy. Can he keep him alive? 20k. The Incap comes out. 10k, and he's going to go down.
Wow. That happened 1 minute before the timeout, at which point that match would have ended in a draw. That was a very long draw, and that's definitely the longest match we've had so far here at the tournament. Both teams just able to keep each other alive for such a long time.
looking at Danny Carey a little bit. Danny Carey into the root. We see full Demon Soul dots out on everyone here. Haunt coming out on Thugonomics. The shock miss there by Novos. He's even dotting up Zuen, which they actually killed off last time, which is an interesting choice. It takes a bit of committing to do, but Zuen does do a lot of damage, so maybe worthwhile. Tremor going to be used there by Novos onto Danny Carey. Dematerialize going to proc as well, as he does get stunned by that Shadow Fury. Blizzcon, though, just going to hop on down, and Thugonomics now going to have to look for a new target. You don't really want to chase that Warlock down there, so he's just going to make the swap over onto Swapsy.
Yeah, he's doing as much damage as he can to Swapsy right now. I don't know that Swapsy's in too much danger at this particular moment in time. In fact, he's swapping back onto Blizzcon at this point. This is a great map, too, for both comps, really. Both Danny Carey and Blizzcon will be able to port all over the place, and plus Botar with the symbiosis.
Damage on the Blizzcon. He got in a little bit of trouble there. He actually does have to gate out, and I mean, he does use healing cooldowns. Thugonomics decides now is the time to chase, but we're going to be able to see that port, in just a couple seconds. There it is, Blizzcon porting back up top. He's going to relay his gateway. I like this choice. That's a much better gate that he did, just kind of upgrading that gate for himself. And Danny Carey still sitting with both the trinket and the will available. And do you think we're going to go long once again? We could be heading down that road.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely a map that you can go long on just because of the amount of ways that you can get away from someone on this particular map. So, especially, like I was saying, with these two teams, Blizzcon and Botar will both be able to port to the Demonic Circle. Danny Carey will be able to use Transcendence to port around the place. Obviously, Thugonomics can use Heroic Leap. It's definitely a map that's very much in favor of those sort of mobile comps, which I believe both of these guys really are, or both of these teams are really going to be able to use to their advantage.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, they both have Thunderstorm. They can knock each other off. But Botar going to be, oh my God, look at that damage coming on. Thugonomics gets down about 50k. Life Cocoon has to go up. He has no shield wall either. So, Thugonomics working through all those defensive. There's the clone onto Danny Carey. They're going to be able to sit it. But look at Novos. Danny Carey may fall a little bit behind here. And you can see him spending quite a bit of mana again. There's the NS coming out. NS clone onto Thugonomics there. On that trinket proc, trying to shut down the damage. Maybe try to free them up a little bit to get the CC that they do so badly need. And we are going to have Blizzcon once again. Offensive Ring of Peace comes out onto him. He's trying to get away a little bit, trying to keep that damage up. Blood Horde going to be reflected there by Thugonomics. Uses the AoE reflect at the same time. Die by the sword going up, but he's still at full HP. We talked about some of the cooldown usage. It may come back to haunt him. I mean, he has no wall now. He doesn't have no life cocoon, and Die by the sword being used a little bit needlessly there. We do see Demon's Soul being popped here by Blizzcon. Trinket comes out from him as well. Wants to stay offensive. The Shadow Fury going to go down there, knock back on that Fear though from Novos, shutting that down. We see Danny Carey though getting low on mana. Blizzcon taking a lot of damage. But look at Novos. He's dipping down. Everyone's spiking pretty hard here as Botar has his Heart of the Wild pop. He's trying to get involved here. He's actually hurricaning the whole team right now. And that's pretty unique. And we do see Shaman Rage has to be popped here by Novos. He's going to use his Rachel as well. He wants to turn the pressure around here, but the Heart of the Wild has now expired, and that was really what put them ahead here. Danny Carey going to use that last stand, with the monks. He's popping that little mini shield wall last stand there. Thugonomics now popping all his cooldowns, but he's going to be rooted on it. He doesn't have an intervene. He's deciding not to trinket. He does have wreck and everything up there, but he's just going to be knocked off. Frustrating moment for Thugonomics there, as he's not able to get much done here. Botar now, he's the one going for the drink. He wants to get back to full mana, and I think this time around they're not going to make the same mistake. I think as they get Danny Carey low on mana, they're just going to commit. They're going to chase in. And we see Novos coming out of the Hex, catches the Tiger's Lust, as Thugonomics is going to be feared off. But he Zerker Rages into the clone, and now once again going to trinket.
Yeah, Danny Carey did actually get a second to drink in there for a second, and he is starting to get those charges of Mana Tea up again. I think Danny Carey may actually have some sort of drinking problem. It just seems to be something he's doing like every 3 seconds.
He's an addict, man, but sometimes that's how that's what wins the games, man. You got to do what works. Botar here is in cat form. I'm not sure if he's looking for a maim exactly or what, but he was using that dash at least. Trinket going to be up here for Blizzcon. He's going to be put into the shockwave. The swap going to come over onto him. Thugonomics taking a little bit of damage. They're pulling him into these awkward spots where Swapsy is just kind of allowed to just tunnel out damage onto him, which is honestly a pretty good decision here. But they are going to swap back onto Swapsy. We see Zuen still active. He's going to get knocked back down. His Trinket is up there. We see the Lava Surge coming in. Novos, way ahead on mana. I'm not sure, if this is just better Thunderstorm usage or if Swapsy's having heal more or something like that. But Danny Carey once again going for the drink, but they're going to stop him this time. He gets about 10k, not bad, but not even close to how bad it was last time. And Blizzcon has the Demon Soul up. Dematerialize has proc. Thugonomics into the Fear. He's going to get the Zerker Rage out of that. Danny Carey rolling back up top after the knockoff. You can see that Monk mobility in action, but there's that NS clone coming out on Danny Carey. What can they get done here? Damage is spreading around on everyone, but no one dipping down too low. We see that there is that Para coming out. He tries to go for the pummel. We did have the trinket coming out from Novos, who wants just to stay offensive here onto Botar. Botar down below. There's a Shockwave. Offensive Ring of Peace, unfortunately, overlapped onto that, so they're not going to have that to follow it up, and there goes Thugonomics into the root. He's going to intervene Banner out of that. Novoso taking some damage, and Botar just ports up to safety.
Yeah, Novos was taking a whole bunch of damage there. Danny Carey actually took quite a bit as well, was able to heal himself back up, but Thugonomics chasing all over there. It looks a little scary for a second. I believe Thugonomics was actually underneath the bridge while both Novos and Danny Carey were on top, and that's the sort of positioning that can lose you games on Blade's Edge.
Definitely can, man. One miscommunication can cost you the game. As we've seen, both these teams put out some massive bursts. The shot comes in from Swapsy on Novus. He's going to get knocked down to the bottom of the bridge. We see that DR clone on Danny Carey is going to be sitting. Thugonomics almost has his trinket back up. He is in the Shadow Fury, taking a little bit of damage, but nothing to worry about. But now, this is the time they need to push. Danny Carey, low on mana. They're actually going to interrupt that Mana Tea, which is pretty nice. He's going to get spam feared out here. Does have his trinket, does have his will, but he has to use Aura Mastery. And look at his mana. He's very, very low. He pops another Mana Tea. Going to get quite a bit back there, actually spamming those Mana Teas. Unfortunately, they're not going to be able to stop any of that. He actually gets about 150k back right in the row. Now he's going to sit down in the middle.
And drank right in the middle of everything right there. We are getting to the 6-minute mark now, so dampening is active, and it's going to be at around I believe that's around 12% at this point. So it is going to start to become a factor, especially with how much Danny Carey's actually been having to use his mana even more this time around. I feel like he's being bled dry even more by Bleached Bones in this particular match.
Definitely is. We see the Target's Lust going to be used there by Danny Carey, trying to get in there, get some CC off, but not really able to do so just yet. The offensive clone coming in on Novos, trying to deny those heals. Thugonomics will be topped back off. Danny Carey getting a little bit low once again. He's going to pop that Mana Tea. It's hard to tell, how many stacks he really does have. We see he has some available. I'm not quite sure. Really how many stacks he has in the bank, but look at Bluckstack here taking a ton of damage. Jade Lightning's coming out here, being spammed out onto Bluckstack, and Bluckstack getting pretty low, going to jump back down. Zuen was out there as well. Danny Carey getting offensive as Thugonomics did have all his cooldowns up. Reckless is going to expire there, so is the Skullbender. You see he's just going to leap back onto the Warlock, that fantastic mobility, but Bluckstack popping the heals, going to jump right back up. Can Swapsy knock him down? Doesn't look like it just yet, and we do have that offensive ring piece once again, going to be able to put that blanket silence down. The instant Zerker Rage coming out from Thugonomics, trying to stick to that Warlock, but Capstun going to land on him, and he's going to try to be knocked off by Swapsy. Unfortunately, unable to land that, but still peeling pretty well here for his Warlock.
Yeah, for sure. There was actually, Novo's taking a whole bunch of damage there for a second, but does pop back up real quick. Danny Carey has been really, really good with keeping his people topped off in this whole thing. There was actually an amazing thunderstorm that I wanted to point out that happened from Swapsy just a moment ago, in the midst of all that burst when Danny Carey was using his Jade Lightning as well as his Jade Tiger to try and do some extra damage. It was pretty slick, but that was then.
Again,
this is now.
Here's the mana. He's going for those drinks, man, just sitting down. And he's going to get a lot here. He may actually go to full.
Wow.
I think he is just, pretty much coming back with full mana. Botar, same time, though, also going for the drink here, is going to be able to get back almost to full. But, I mean, he was at 200k, he went to 250. Danny Carey was at, like 80?
Yeah,
80,
he was
and he went to 250. So, it's just the theme, man. They just need to choose that time and commit to it. I really, really feel, they're doing everything right to get to that position where they're ahead, but then they're just not able to close it out just yet. And I guess it's just, obviously credit where credit is due as well. Novos and Thugonomics are doing a great job peeling them away and making it hard for them to stop those drinks.
Yeah, I mean, we talk a lot about how they need to be interrupting those drinks as much as possible, but like you were saying earlier, it's not that easy. It really isn't, especially against a Monk. I mean, you've got 2 rolls and a Transcendence. You can get yourself in a good position.
There's the Ascendance coming out, though. They're going to be going offensive. Looks like Thugonomics is the target of choice. We do see that. He's spamming out those Lava Bursts. There's the bash on Thugonomics. He has to trinket it. Parry comes up as well. Will it be enough? And the Life Cocoon coming out there also, so he's down to 200k. He's stacking some of those defensives. He used Parry, used Life Cocoon, used Trinket, so they did get some of that going. And Bluckstack has his Demon Soul up. We do see them pushing forward. There's the clone on Danny Carey. Instant Trinket comes out. CS on Novos. They're trying to get this kind of a cross CC going. The 3v1 on Thugonomics. Will it be able to work? Heart of the Wild coming back up here as well from Botar. The early Hearts really paying off for him. The Orbs is being spammed down though onto Thugonomics. He's going to be able to top back off, and Botar spending a lot of mana getting offensive there, but once again, Danny Carey, he's the one behind on mana. We see the Para coming out onto Bluckstack, going to be able to shut down a little bit of his damage. Barkson having to use there by Botar, but Thugonomics getting spiked down low. There's the Shadow Fury coming in. Dematerialize comes out. Can they follow that up? He's going for the Mana Tea. Spamming out those orbs once again, just going to be able to heal Thugonomics back up, but they're all caught by that mass entanglement, which was a fantastic job there by Botar. And we did see Windwalk Totem going to be thrown down by Novos, and look at Thugonomics just getting knocked a mile away there.
Yeah, in the middle of that, Danny Carey actually made the choice to use Mana Tea instead of healing Thugonomics at like 20% health. It's a very tough choice to make as a healer, but it was definitely the right one in this particular case. Thugonomics is not dead, which is exactly what he wants at this particular point in time.
That's something you definitely do want, man. 20k mana there on Danny Carey. Going to pop the manatees, though, spamming them out, getting back to 100. So it's really hard to tell exactly where he's sitting on mana. There's the offensive ring piece off of that that shockwave. Botar just pops the Barks in, goes back down. He's going to have Cenarian ward up. He's going to be healing himself back up. So they are sitting pretty right now, but we're at the 10-minute mark. That means we have added 30% healing reduction into this game with dampening, and it's going to start being harder and harder. And you see, for the first time in this game, pretty much, Botar is actually the one behind on mana. So, you know, it seems to just be a little bit of a losing battle here for this LSD as time goes on. But Innervate, he does come back up. He's going to be able to get a good amount of mana back here. But you see, he's just having to use regrowth upon regrowth now because the HOTS are just no longer enough at this point with dampening and MS.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely going to get very, very hard to start keeping people alive, especially when Blizzcon is taking as much damage as he is right now.
There's the NS clone on that all the cooldowns there. He tried to get the Reflect up, but it was just a little bit too late, unfortunately. And Blizzcon going to be taking a ton of damage as a result.
Yeah. Does have that Dark Regen up, and he did manage to drop down a Demonic Circle up over there. He should be able to port up over there to safety, but he's taking, there it is, there's the port. Getting up over there to safety, but does get stunned, taking even more damage now from Thugonomics, getting very, very low, but does manage to get away again.
Yeah, and a nice bash on the Thugonomics. They're going to try to turn it around. Die by the sword, popped right away by Thugonomics there. Botar down about 30k mana, and there's that heroic leave just right on top of the Warlock as you come out of the gateway. He's already there. Blizzcon just running out of cooldowns here. They're running on fumes here, man, and there's not much left. I don't know how much longer they can really survive here. They need to make something happen. Danny Carey just always having those manatees ready when he needs it. Thugonomics going to chase that down, but we see the port up comes from Blizzcon. Blizzcon, though, getting dangerously low. Swapsy going to be pummeled there by Danny Carey. Howl comes out on him. He's going to sit through it. He has Will and Trinket, deciding not to use either, though. Noah's going to be MCS. Blizzcon down about 200k. Needs the tap as well. And Botar is just, man, he's got nothing. We do see the Tranquility coming out. That's going to be interrupted. And Blizzcon just trying desperately to get away, trying to get that counter pressure, because if they can't get control of this game soon, they're just simply going to not be able to catch back up.
Yeah. By the way, I'm going to bet in like half a second Danny Carey's going to drink again.
He's definitely going to try for it, man. He's getting low in mana, but this could be a good opportunity. No, the bash comes in. Blizzcon decides he just needs to get out of there. He can't risk going for the damage right now, and Botar going to be paralyzed. He is going to be able to gate after his Warlock right now, but they have caught back up. Shield will actually pop pretty preemptively here by Thugonomics. Maybe that is because Danny Carey's going for a drink. No, it doesn't look like it.
Yeah, he did actually start drinking, but it was interrupted by an Entangling Roots, which is an interesting trick.
There's the clone. It's going to have to be trinketed. Clones his trinket. A nice shot there by Botar, and Thugonomics could be in some trouble here. Does not have that parry. Should have no wall either for quite a long time as it just expires. So I think he has the last stand, but that's about it. If they can get some CC out on Danny Carey, perhaps they could finish off Thugonomics as the Shadow Fury comes in. Haunt's going to land. Botar getting a little bit of mana back there. Do you see that Fear onto Danny Carey? It's going to be tremored a little bit late. The knockoff just missing by an inch there on Thugonomics, and we see Danny Carey rotting a lot here. Botar just somehow, some way keeping his team alive through damping MS. It's just insane play from him. We have Thugonomics, though, in hot pursuit. There's the Shockwave coming out. Instant trinket by Blizzcon. Blizzcon trying to do his best, trying to stay away from him. Their swap comes out on Botar. He's going to pop the Barks in. He's going to displace us out of there. Now he's going to pour back up. There's the port. Nice play from him, avoiding as much damage as possible. We see the last stand pop by Danny Carey. He's going to be down about 3k mana right now. Looks like he has no manatee as well. He just got one manatee, but that's it, man. So if they can stay alive, they could actually finish off this game. Here comes the Shadow Fury. Thugonomics in some trouble. Danny Carey is tapped on mana. Literally hit 0 mana right there. Nova's in the clone. They just need to get their pressure out. They need the full dots up. Blizzcon has his trinket pop. Can he get the damage rolling here? If they can get some CC on Danny Carey, this could be it. He has no trinket left, and they are definitely in a pretty good position here, but at the same time, Swapsy having to pop the Shaman Rage. Ironbark comes up as well. Thugonomics being pressured, but you know that D stance, that passive damage reduction coming in huge for him as well. Bloodbath going to be popped. Orc Racial going up here for Thugonomics, trying to keep the damage rolling onto Blizzcon, who once again just And look at that spike coming in on Swapsy. Swapsy going to get so low from Novos. Novos may be able to just finish Swapsy off. If we look, he's so low. We have the healing tide out here, but Botar's stuck in a paralyze. And is it going to be enough? Look at the damage, though, coming around back on Thugonomics.
Yeah, Swapsy is so close to dead. So many people so close to dead. We are just about to hit the 14-minute mark, which means there is just over 1 minute remaining for the timeout in this match. This is going to be intense in this last few seconds here.
I think this could be a double stack. Caught in the shockwave. He's at 100k HP. I don't think they're going to be able to top him back off. He needs to get out of there. He needs to kite away. Can they turn this around and kill off Thugonomics? It would be incredible if they could do so, but the charge comes in. Blockstack. There's just nothing left in the tank for Botar. He's going to be feared off. The tremor comes out instantly from Swapsy there. We see that Danny Carey's still low on mana, but the they're the team with the pressure. They're the team with the momentum. Some big damage coming in on Thugonomics, so he's down to 150k, 140k, but Bluckstack sitting low as well. Last stand comes out from Thugonomics. Can Bluckstack get out of there? Looks like he can for now. Heart of the Wild coming out. Botar just going to go offensive. He says, screw it. He's spamming out the moon powers. Thugonomics, the last stand's going to fall. Thugonomics goes down with 30 seconds remaining. And but Bluckstack, there could be a cross kill. Bluckstack could go down here. The healing is almost non-existent at this point. The clone comes in on Novos. He still could die, guys. There's nothing left for Botar. He has Heart of the Wild.
He's got to live
up,
for another 10 seconds.
Yeah, there's 10 seconds remaining. I think he's going to be able to survive. He just needs to get a little bit away. The Crackling Jade Lightning still coming out, but it's not going to be enough. What a close one. And PvP Live, they've just